Steve Brostowitz, a teacher with transitional kindergarten, and first grade. And today we're going to talk about some intervention activities for first graders who are struggling with math. See, the thing with math, with new parents or new teachers, is they take some things for granted and don't realize all the smaller skills embedded in what we see as very easy skills. Take this math problem, for instance. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Automatic with us. Does it get any more simple than that? Actually, it does, and our kindergartners are learning the steps, all the little steps leading up to doing something this complex. Let me show you how it's complex. You have two things here that actually represent something. A lot of students just see this as a symbol, and it goes along with the word two, but it doesn't actually represent two things. And if they're counting two things, they got to make sure that they're not losing track and going 1, 2. These are actually really difficult things for young learners. So first they have to get that one-to-one correspondence. And then they have to put it together. Well, how do they know they need to put it together? Well, that's what this thing is. What is that strange symbol? That's a plus sign. What does plus mean? See, you start throwing this complex equation at them in the first place, they're going to be lost and confused, just like we would be if we were reading some high-end nuclear physics journal, at least for most of us. So you have to teach them every little step. And that's the first point in intervention. What are all the steps in this math process? And do they know all of them? And if they don't, which ones are they missing? We need to fill those in before we can do the more complex process. So in the case of addition, do they know what each number means? Are they able to represent that either with items, or can they draw it, which is even more complex than picking out tangible things? And once they can do that, are they able to translate to using their fingers or mental math? These are all smaller steps leading up to the automaticity that 2 plus 3 equals 5. Same thing with the equal sign, yet another symbol that they need to learn. So again, step one in intervention is, what is the math skill, and what are all the smaller skills and steps that this child needs to know to accomplish that skill? Break that down and then test the child on each one of those. Chances are, if they're struggling with a math technique, there's some smaller skills they're missing, and that's where you need to first intervene. The second thing you need to do with intervention is what we call a mirroring folder here at school. And that means what we're doing during the day, the family or the tutor is mirroring at home at night. That gives the child a double dose of the skill they need to work on. And it also sends them a message that, hey, this is important because my teacher's doing this, my teacher's aide's doing this with me, my peers are working on this with me, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, etc. are all working on this with me. And whatever I get during the day is being emphasized at night. Now, what if it's a family that's having trouble following through on their end of the bargain? Well, then you need to be creative as a teacher. How can we get this student multiple turns on this technique during our school day? Or maybe they're with the after-school daycare program, and we can do it again there with that personnel. This has been Steve Brostowitz telling you 2 techniques to intervening with struggling first graders in the area of mathematics. I'll see you next time.